When we recall the Battle of 1857, it is usually the names like Rani Lakshmibai and Begum Hazrat Mahal that crop up in our mind. The contribution of Dalit women like Uda Devi has been pushed under the carpet. It has been observed that the contribution of dominant caste to the freedom struggle is more prominently highlighted, and that of the downtrodden is glossed over very conveniently. The question still remains as to why the struggles of women warriors like Uda Devi got undermined, unlike that of another woman, Rani Lakshmi Bai, probably because the latter belonged to upper caste royal family and history has been written by writers from the upper caste. Who was Uda Devi? Uda Devi was born in a small village located in Awadh of Uttar Pradesh. Her husband Makka Pasi was a brave soldier in the army of Nawab Wajid Ali Shah. She was a bodyguard for the Begums of Nawab. Subsequently, she was promoted as the commander of the women's wing. This was in contrast to the Hindu kingdoms where Dalits were not allowed to take up arms. After the Nawab was deported to Kolkata, she, along with her husband, took up the cudgels for Begum Hazrat Mahal. Her husband played a crucial role in the Battle of Chinhut, where the rebels managed to make Henry Lawrence and his force beat a hasty retreat. But Makka Pasi was martyred in the battle. Uda Devi vowed to avenge the death of her husband. On the fateful day of November 16th, Sikandarbagh became the venue of a battle fought bravely by the Indian soldiers who had holed up in the building after inflicting heavy damages on the British Army at Residency. When the news reached Field Marshal Colin Campbell, he was furious and was determined to flush out the rebels from that hideout. The mutineers were caught unawares as the British Army attacked them. The battalion, led by Campbell, was advancing ahead, killing the rebels. In the face of an imminent defeat, Uda Devi did not surrender, nor did she run away. Instead, the undaunted warrior climbed a tree with a gun in her hand and sufficient gunpowder and a bomb at her disposal. Camouflaged at the tree, she managed to pose a formidable resistance to the advancing army. Campbell was stunned as the 93rd Highlanders and the 4th Punjab Infantry Regiment were halted in their steps. The warrior proved her marksmanship when she single-handedly sniped and killed 36 soldiers of the British Army. It was only after probing the injuries of the dead soldiers it could be inferred that the shots were emanating from a tree nearby. Campbell ordered indiscriminate firing at the tree. After some time, Uda Devi fell to the ground. The soldiers continued to fire. Only after being sure of her death did they approach her, and when looked at close quarters, they realized that the marksman who kept them at bay for some time was actually a woman attired in men's battle dress. Overwhelmed by the bravery of an adversary, Campbell saluted the dead woman by tipping his hat. Although forgotten by the Indian historians, putatively because of her caste, her valor has been glorified by foreign witnesses. British Sergeant Forbes Michel mentions a woman sitting atop a tree who killed more than 32 British troops. And in his London Dispatch, journalist William Howard Russell mentions about a woman firing from a tree and inflicting huge damage on the British infantry. Certainly, these accounts set forth by the foreigners speak volumes about the grit and gumption of the unsung warrior of Awadh. Stories of her valor gained traction after the rise of downtrodden politics. The offshoot has been that the parties vying for the boats of the Pasi community over the last few years bowed before Uda Devi. To mark her sacrifice, her statue has been installed near Sikandarbagh, the place where she attained martyrdom. The forgotten warrior has become an object of research in academic circles and has been mentioned in the mainstream media as well. It can be hoped that other women warriors from the Tiflis class too will get their due and will no longer figure on a lesser plane as compared to their counterparts of dominant castes.